Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Checks and Balances TV. I'm your host, Matthew J. Rettick, and I'm committed to giving you the truth you need to financially succeed. So let's review today's headlines and see how it may impact your financial future. This is the week of the big game. Yes, the Super Bowl, where America's two best football teams compete for the title of world champions. This American tradition celebrates its 45th year with the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers facing off for the first time in Super Bowl history. Playing in the Super Bowl, as you can imagine, is every professional football player's ultimate dream, and it's the ultimate achievement for every NFL coach. However, this year, NFL could stand for not for long, at least when it comes to some of the coaches. NFL coaches have had more than their fair share of problems this year. Another group that is having their share of problems is the baby boomers. This year, the first wave of the baby boomer generation turned 65 years old, with upwards of 10,000 boomers a day arriving at what traditionally has been the end of their working years. For the next 19 years, we can expect 78 million Americans to enter the golden age of retirement. But sadly, although old enough, many will not be able to actually retire. Many of these boomers will not have saved or invested nearly enough to retire comfortably, and as a result will have an NFL retirement or not for long retirement, as many will be forced to continue working well into their golden years. Okay, so what's really going on here? Let's check the facts using our checks and balances process. Another Super Bowl is here, and two coaches will lead their teams to the promised land. Unfortunately for many of the other teams, it's been a bumpy ride for them and their coaches. 7 new coaches have been hired in the last month alone, filling the open positions from a firing trend that began at the end of last season. While fans may be most familiar with the performance of individual players, it's actually the coach that's ultimately responsible for the performance and success of a team. Just ask any team owner. While the players on the Packers and Steelers have worked hard this year, as we all know, it's the coach who gets the credit when the team wins and the blame when they don't. Coaches are responsible for everything that happens to their team, from hiring the right assistant coaches, to drafting the right players, to designing the plays and motivating the team to become their best. As the legendary Packers coach Vince Lombardi said many times, winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. A great coach is credited for recognizing the strengths of his players and for creating plays that play up to those strengths. A coach studies his team, knows what should work and what most likely won't work, prepares his team to win against any opponent, and motivates his team to give 110% to their game plan. He then breaks down every win or loss and makes changes to next week's game plan. For every good team, there is typically a great coach behind them. When it comes to the baby boomers, blame it on the recession, procrastination, lack of a retirement coach, or simply bad luck. Retiring baby boomers are facing a mountain of retirement problems. The economic prosperity experienced just 5 years ago is long gone, and today's economy is a much different reality. Many aspiring retirees who were counting on the equity in their homes as an income source in retirement now owe more on their home than it's worth. The pensions they were counting on for income are also dwindling away. Just 30 years ago, nearly 40% of private sector companies offered pensions with guaranteed payouts in retirement. Today, just 15% of those companies still offer a pension. And even healthy companies such as Coca-Cola and IBM have discontinued their pension programs altogether. And for the boomers who were counting on Social Security to fund their golden years, as of last year, this government program has begun its demise. And with it comes uncertainty as to whether or not this income source is something that anyone can truly rely on. The Great Recession is to blame for retirement plans and investments losing up to 50% of their previous value. And with the average lifespan of Americans increasing from 68 years in 1950 to 78 years in 2010, those extra retirement years will require even more retirement savings. Yet boomers, unlike their now senior parents, were not the best savers. Just 5 years ago in 2006, the personal savings rate of Americans dipped into the negative territory, something that hadn't happened since the Great Depression. From 1950 to 1990, the average amount of money saved by Americans each year was almost 9% of their after-tax salary. However, in the late 80s, that all started to change around the time boomers were entering middle age and coming into their better-paying working years. Consumer credit scores were introduced around that time, allowing lenders the ability to quickly assess the risk and creditworthiness of applicants. This led to a surge in lending, increased consumer debt, and a decrease in consumer savings. Okay, so you may be asking yourself, Matt, what does all this mean to me? Well, now that we've checked the facts, let's balance this news using our checks and balances process to determine what action you should take today. There were a lot of changes in the NFL this year as team owners made swift and decisive cuts to team personnel. Most coaches that were fired this year were fired mainly because of the poor performance of their teams. With a group of athletes, it's not just the performance of one person that drives the fate of a team. It's the entire team's performance that earns a win or a loss. And it's their leader who is ultimately held accountable for each success or failure. A failing classroom is blamed on the teacher. A struggling company is blamed on the CEO. And a losing team is blamed on the coach. Now, does a coach need good athletes to win a game like the Super Bowl? Absolutely. Does an athlete need a good coach to win the Super Bowl? No question. The entire team must be committed and dedicated to their goal of not only playing in the Super Bowl, but becoming a world champion. Boomers, however, are woefully unprepared for winning at retirement. The last retirement confidence survey conducted by the Employee Benefit Research Institute in 2010 found that more than half of American workers had $25,000 or less saved for retirement, and 27% of them had less than $1,000 saved for retirement. AARP conducted a survey late last year that found that 40% of retirees now plan on working until they drop. And that, unfortunately, may be the harsh reality for many would-be retirees. Parents of boomers who lived through the Great Depression had much different spending and saving habits. They became a generation of savers. However, if there is anything good to report about today's economic difficulties, it's the fact that the Great Recession is already having an impact on younger savers. Many of them are reporting that they are saving more and spending less for fear of being without enough money in the future. Okay, so what's the bottom line here? While the Super Bowl may not be your ultimate goal, the road these athletes took to get there could likely get you to your goals as well. In the game of life, there will be winners and losers, and there will be those who barely get by because they only gave a little effort. And then there will be those who will accomplish all of their goals by giving 110%. Remember, sacrifice is only temporary, but victory lasts forever. Why not follow the lead set by these professional athletes? Become a professional saver. Make it your goal to become debt-free by retirement, to have enough money saved to live the lifestyle you've always dreamed of for yourself, and to have enough income to last throughout your golden years. When it comes to your retirement, you can either be a spectator, sitting on the sidelines, watching others live their lives financially secure in retirement, or you can be a participant in designing and implementing your own ideal retirement plan and lifestyle. To accomplish this, you must work hard, keep your eye on every dollar that comes in and goes out, and give 110% to your future self. You can reap the rewards you deserve in retirement by setting, following, and sticking to your game plan for life. In this week's CBTV poll, we asked Americans an important question. Have you ever consulted with a financial coach? The options were A, yes, they have helped me improve my financial situation. B was yes, but I had a bad experience. C was no, not yet. And D was no, I'd rather manage my own finances. Well, 38% of you said that you would rather manage your own finances when it comes to your retirement. While achieving financial independence does have a lot to do with you, the right financial coach can help you along the way with strategies and financial products and vehicles that you may not be aware of. And you know what? Every professional athlete has a coach, and you need a good one as well to reach your full potential in retirement. In our On the Street segment, we travel the country to ask Americans what they think about an important financial topic or issue. For this week's segment, we asked people if they had a game plan for retirement and if their retirement income source for both them and their spouse will last throughout their retirement years. Let's take a look at what America had to say. You both work for the same organization or hospital?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Home Health Agency.
Home Health Agency.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a retirement plan through Home Health Agency? No retirement plan?
No.
So what are you doing to plan for retirement one day?
really don't think about it.
We
actually.
just started actually.
Yeah.
We graduated a year ago, and we just started working, and we start thinking about this, but we don't know what to do yet.
Okay. Are you retired right now?
Right, semi-retired.
Semi-retired,
Yeah.
okay. What sources of income are you and your wife receiving every month?
I get a pension from my job that I did have, and now I'm a part-time bus driver.
Okay.
School bus driver.
Okay. Are you or your wife receiving Social Security benefits?
Yes, I get Social Security too.
And does she receive Social Security
yes,
also?
Yes. She
Okay.
gets disability.
Okay. Now, with Social Security, do you know what happens when one spouse dies as far as the reduction of benefits of Social Security?
Right. I mean, like with her now, if I was to die, she would get nothing.
Yes.
Yeah. SOL.
Yeah, yeah. Is that also on the pension? How is your pension set up?
Same way.
So when if you pass away first,
Yep.
she gets no pension.
Exactly.
And your Social Security ends also.
That's right.
Because when two parties, husband and wife, each get Social Security, the lower amount of Social Security ends and terminates.
Mm-hmm.
So how will she then manage with that lower income per month if something happens to you?
I don't know. She'll just get a disability. That's all.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
be slim pickings.
Oh my! Americans everywhere need a good playbook for winning at retirement, as well as a great financial coach. And now for Matt's weekly tip, tool, or technique. Find a good financial coach as soon as possible and put together and then follow a comprehensive financial plan. Make sure the advisor you select is a true advisor and someone who understands there is more to a financial plan than just making lots of money in the stock market. As a matter of fact, ask them if they know what the investment rule of 100 is. If they don't know what it is, or if they don't recommend some safety in your retirement saving strategy, find one who does. Make sure whoever you choose can help you build a comprehensive financial plan for your retirement. And be sure your financial coach can help you build a retirement plan that includes 5 things. Number 1, insurance planning. Number 2, investment planning. Number 3, estate planning. 4 is income and tax planning. And number 5, legacy planning. Only by having a comprehensive financial plan can you be sure to win at the biggest game of your life, retirement. Now is the time to realize that you are responsible for staying on track and becoming committed to your retirement plan. Your financial coach can help you along the way, but ultimately, you are responsible for going the distance and winning with your finances. Remember, the race towards achieving financial freedom is a marathon and not a sprint, and weekly practice makes perfect. It will take time to become debt-free and retirement-ready, but remember, sacrifice is only temporary, but victory lasts forever. Mark your calendars for the next installment of our Truth About series. This upcoming episode will air later this month and is on the truth about stocks. You will learn the pros and cons, both sides of the coin in this important financial product, so you'll know if it's the right investment for you. And be sure to friend our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel to gain exclusive access to our library of viral videos and the lighter side of finance. For more information on how to become a checks and balances savvy consumer and to download any of our free reports, visit the download section of our website. Also, be sure to get your copy of the Financial Freedom Personal Checkup, a free report that teaches you how to make confident, informed decisions about money and life. And while you're on the site, remember, your voice counts. Be sure to take this week's poll and visit our Tell Us What You Think section to share your opinion. Make your voice heard. And finally, remember that only you can control your financial future. You can succeed. You just need confidence and determination. I'm Matthew J. Rettick from Checks and Balances TV. Be sure to join us next week when we'll discuss Till Death Do Us Part, estate planning mistakes your spouse could live without. Until then, spend less, save more, believe in yourself, and make it happen. This edition of Checks and Balances TV is brought to you by American Equity Investment Life Insurance Company. For more information on how to create a guaranteed income stream for life, or to learn more about American Equity, visit www.american-equity.com or call 877-633-6417.